Hello and welcome to the internet, my name is JakeDragon7 and welcome to today's episode of Let's Play Shovel Knight Specter Flag of Shadows. Alright, so, speaking of Specter, today we're going to be taking on the Lich Yard. Yes, very nice. Let me actually... Yes, let me switch over to the bounce casing. Alright, so first things first, in this level, instead of being able to bounce off the bushes, since obviously the Plague Knight can't really bounce, it's, not in the way the Shovel Knight does, you can destroy the bushes and get a little bit of gold from them. So, right there already level functions pretty differently from both the other iterations, because, why do I keep saying Specter Knight again? Jesus Christ, I had it good in the last episode. Because Plague Knight sort of revolves more around his own movement, and usually there's not much in the levels that will alter his own movement, because he already has so much in his regular arsenal. So, and I cannot grab that, alright. I'm gonna have to keep checking back in my audio of this video, because usually what it does is when I first turn on Audacity, this is what I use to record my commentary, by the way. Usually what'll happen is when I first turn it on, I'll set it to like my normal volume, and then it'll go all the way to like max recording volume, because I usually record at like a little under 70%. Like right now I'm at 68% for recording volume, so I have to make sure it doesn't randomly just go up to 100, because that will kind of suck. If you've seen in my older videos, that's what happens when I record at 100 volume, by the way. Like, that's not the max it's still turned down in Adobe. What happens is that the recording itself is sort of like static, I guess, because a lot of the audio is just kind of peak audio. I feel like I might also be sitting a little bit further from the mic than I used to, but I'm not sure how true that would be. I was kind of expecting to get another tonic from that, but alright. No. Why? Alright, so because this level does often have you sort of taking the high ground when fighting enemies, bounce casing is very, very useful here. Against this guy, you can actually get pretty good use with the lob casing, since it's a pretty tall hitbox. Actually, wait. Okay. So this is one of those secret areas I was talking about in Primor Keep. Usually you can tell because there'll be a cipher coin in the wall. That'll sort of tip you off to where these locations are. If I'm not mistaken, the Arcana you get in this level is actually pretty similar to the relic that Shovel Knight gets. But I'll have to wait and see on that one. There you go, perfect strategy. Okay. So yeah, we got the phase locket, and then just head back down here. And let me try this instead, actually. There we go. Not sure if I can make that land in a... There we go, okay. That was very close. Alright. But hey, I still made it, so... yeah, definitely put this here. Oh crap. Did it really just explode on the head? Okay. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. My friends and I reference that all the time, and I'm pretty sure I started them to get them doing that. And that happens like all the time. It's a quality meme. Okay, though. So I think trying to remember where the actual, what's it called? The actual Arcana is in this level, where Chester is. I feel like I always end up finding him, but I always sort of forget where he is. And the other level that always trips me up is the Iron Whale, because if I'm not mistaken, and I could be totally wrong here, but we'll find out when we do that level. But yeah, what I think happens in that level is that you get the relic in the place where Chester usually is, which is after that anglerfish mini-boss. And then the Arcana comes later. The Arcana is the part that's hidden, which always makes me so confused, because I always think in my head, like, I have to find Chester before that mini-boss, and I never do. At least, I don't think I do. That, or I just always buy it later, because yeah, you can still buy the Arcana, I believe. I'm pretty sure that the guy we bought the bait bomb from actually does collect the Arcana if you don't find it. So, might as well hope for my own sake that's the case, because there are a few that I'm just never able to find in the actual level. Another one would probably be Propeller Knight. I actually think I usually find Propeller Knight's thing in Plague of Shadows, but not in Shovel Knight. Okay, though, so... Okay, that might be what I'm looking for, but there's also a very good chance it's not, you know what, whatever. Crap, okay. Well, what else? Got that time. Okay, so that out of the way. Oh, fun, this. I think I need to get him here first. Okay. I'm pretty sure one time I just kind of jumped down there without baiting the guy onto the platform first, and I just, like, instantly died. That was fun. Oh, wait, no, I already have it. Alright, now we're up to, what, 4 extra health? Yeah, 4. Another thing about this game is that, yes, there are still health upgrades, and oh, fuck. There are still, permanent health upgrades, and you just kind of get those automatically after completing, like, a set of levels. I mean, if you should, yeah, I guess that makes sense if you know the game. If you don't know the game, it's just, like, these first 2 levels, and then after that, it's just every 3rd level. Or after every 3rd level. So I think it's pretty safe to say, if you're watching this, you probably already know quite a bit about the game, but if you don't, yeah, that's how this works. Okay, so maybe don't die to the electric frog this time. I'm gonna jump over that. Alright. Alright, I don't actually usually forget that, but I think that, like, Plague Knight's so jumpy. Sometimes doing, like, more puzzle solving things like this can just kind of, I guess, go over my head a little bit. Because I just feel like the pace of Plague of Shadows is almost faster than the pace of Shovel Knight. Just because of how, like I said, Plague Knight's a very jumpy character, so the movement options that you have just kind of make the game feel a lot faster paced at some points. Alright, so... Oh, this is the Leech Liquid. Sorry, I'm a little tired right now. But I'm usually like that when I record, so it's fine. Alright, so I'm just gonna kill all these guys from up here. Actually, no, let's do it. So the way the Leech Liquid works is that it's basically a healing item that you have to work to use. So what happens is that every time while it's active, if you hit an enemy, you get back some health. So it can be a pretty useful way to stay alive during boss fights and to sort of keep boss fights moving at the same time. I don't think I mentioned this when I grabbed the Arcana, the Big Boom. I definitely feel like a lot of the Arcana in this game is more useful than the relics in Shovel of Hope. It's pretty... Like, the Arcana are very fun to use. They have some slightly strange effects at times, but they're all really useful. Like, there's not really an Arcana I'd say I don't like using. That's definitely not true. There are some, obviously, that will use more than others. Like, even, like, the Big Boom. Like, that one's not that useful. But, still, I can find its use, especially, like, early on. Because it's probably the first one we'll get. Crap. I yeah. Kind of boned myself there. Ayy. Alright, let's grab this stuff first. I was about to say I feel like I missed the Arcana, and then I remember that I just grabbed it a minute ago. I just haven't really gotten much use out of it yet. There's a very slim chance you'll see me use it during the Specter Knight fight. It's just that it's honestly, like, Specter Knight in this game is piss easy. Like, in regular Shovel Knight, he can be pretty challenging, because it's kind of hard to hit him without the Flare Wand. And again, like, if you don't have the Flare Wand, that fight can be absolute hell. If you do, it's not that bad. But, yeah, like, because you can sort of camp him out a little bit in this, with your bombs, it's a much easier... sorry, I forgot to turn my ringtone off. And yes, Shulk saying I'm really feeling it is my text ringtone. It doesn't matter whether or not you heard that. I just think that's a good piece of information for you to know. Yeah. It's a damn good ringtone. But anyway, that aside. Yeah, okay, I figure as much. What was I talking about? Oh yes, the Specter Knight. Like, actually, you know what? I'll save it for when we actually fight him. But, yeah. Definitely, though, what I was saying last time about the bosses not really being super difficult in this game is certainly true for Specter Knight, at the very least. Did I say not being very easy? I meant difficult, if that's what I said. Sometimes I say the complete opposite of what I mean. Is anyone else? I'm sure there are other people who do that. Plenty of other people. Alright. So... And I'll look up the Leech Liquid just because Lob Casing is very good to start with in this fight. Just because, you know, he sort of has a bit of a height advantage over you. Alright, Specter Knight telling us off, but yeah, let's get into it. So, right off the bat, I'm actually not doing as well as I probably should be. But yeah, so as you can see right here, though, you can just stand on a platform and sort of throw bombs at him and get a lot off of that. I'm actually gonna wait. No, I thought that was gonna be a full loop. But anyway, yeah, because at first the bombs will send him back a little bit. And even then, like, in situations like that, you can sort of punish bosses without actually having to really do anything. Like, you can preemptively do something and sometimes still hit them. You can see, like, I already took him out. Like, because with Shovel Knight, you have to position yourself a lot more for, like, being in front of them. So, like, again, Specter Knight, you have to sort of jump in front of him and hit him while he's charging at you, or you have to try to get on top of him, which is very difficult because he's a very tall boss. But with Specter Knight, with Plague Knight, you can just kind of stand below him and throw bombs and hit him a lot. I think the next upgrade requires 60 Cypher Coins, so I'm not going to bother with it now. Besides, we have a lot to collect. So, I do plan on buying everything, so usually buy everything, but I'm going to buy the things I actually use first. Use this wall climbing for me. Yes, I do use this occasionally. Actually, I think this is the one I was thinking of. I think I'll just buy these two for now. Alright, I think for now I'm going to stick with those two. If I see something outside I want to try it out. See, like I said, I usually stick with the black powder because it's basic, and the thing that the powders can do is that they can actually determine the amount of bombs. So the other two don't really, the other two can't determine how many bombs you can throw, but the powders can. So I don't think very many, are 3-bomb like the black powder, which is usually why I stick with it, but still some of them can have their uses. So this one can travel long services, of course, so that can be pretty useful. In that instance it's not too useful, but if it hits something, I believe they still come out. That is actually something I should try comboing with the quick fuse, in all fairness. And then that one you can only throw one of, but it does create something fairly large, so that can be useful in try the quick fuses. Let's try this out with these. But yeah, so I feel like I feel like the Cascade powder would probably be more useful in levels, whereas the Tracer powder would be a little bit more useful in boss fights because they jump around more. I think that they disappear when they hit an enemy, but I can't be certain about that, so don't quote me. We'll figure it out in the future though. So at this point there's probably... okay, nothing. Next magic upgrade is a lot. Alright. And yeah, every once in a while, of course, he does get some extra songs. But there aren't that many here, so not too worth worrying about. Alright, so I haven't going on for a little while, but I think we can squeeze in one more thing this video. Actually, let's actually just do this. Alright, so like I said last time, there are still sections like this in the game, so yeah. I think the other level that have this, I think the only other one that has this is Iron Whale. But yeah, this is a little bit with getting some of those upgrades. I feel like this game does have a lot more to upgrade than Shovel Knight does. Because obviously Arsenal is a bit more varied than Shovel Knight's is. Alright, so that'll be about everything. don't think this quite puts me at enough to get a magic upgrade. Not that I really need it yet, but it's always nice. And then forest to fishing. Okay, so first and foremost, let's try to actually get it. Of course. So this area actually has some sort of interesting puzzles with the bait bomb. I don't think you really get to see in other areas. Because usually the bait bomb, you just throw it in a pit that's like sparkly and shit, and then it's like, here you go, a thing. But here you get cipher coins, and you kind of have to use the hit switches and stuff. So let's see a bit more utility here than usual. Oh fuck! I was not paying attention at all there. Apparently, I mean I was. I just didn't release the button. Don't ask why I did that. I don't know. I feel like I've had actual trouble with this area before for like seemingly no reason. Like there's nothing honestly that difficult about this. I'm just kind of an idiot. Okay, so I want him to die. Okay. So let's see, I'm trying to be careful about this. And then throw that down there. Okay. There we go, got all of them. And I'm still trying to grab, like I said, I'm not really going to go for 100% on cipher coins, but I probably will still try to get as many of them as possible. So I would like to grab all the ones that are here at least. Like in the levels, usually I'll miss like somewhere between 2 and 5 of them. I think I will check my records after this level, see how many I've gotten. Cause I think I got all of them in the Plains of Passage. But I'm not certain about that. So I'll see. I remember having 30 after that level, which is how many are usually in a level. I'm not sure how many would be in an area like this, but clearly a pretty decent amount because we've gotten quite a few more. Alright. How do you even get through here in the first place? Oh, you know what? Right. Okay. Yeah, there's some fairly clever puzzle solving stuff going on here. Okay, I feel like there's a certain arcana you're supposed to have for that. Oh, I also just thought of another idea. I'll meet you guys back there. See if this does the trick. There we go. Not too bad. Maybe just don't be a moron, like me. Alright, so I believe that is about all for this area. And assuming I'm right on that, which, okay, yeah, I am. Cool. That's going to be about all for this episode of Let's Play Shovel Knight League of Shadows. So if you managed to find some form of enjoyment, please consider leaving a like and maybe even subscribing to see the rest of this series. Of course, all the other stuff I produce for this channel. Yeah, I guess that all being said, hope you all have a nice day and I'll see you all in the future. Bye.